Hi there, this is Rachel from the Tiniest Tie in London, in the Tiniest Tie in London, and back with day 6 of our 11 key essential store cupboard ingredients that are readily even available. You just need in the cupboard so that you can cook some delicious, authentic, easy, quick tie food. So this is the third of the 4 key flavours that you're usually balancing in different proportions to create most of the dishes, or a lot of dishes anyway. So the first 2 of those 4 we've done, which was, what did we start with actually? Oh, salty was fish sauce, of course, that was a salty flavour. The 4 key flavours: salty, sour, the one we just did, I looked at on day 5, which is limes, is usually the sour flavour. And today we're looking at the third of these 4 key flavours, which is the sweet flavour, which is sugar. And again, you don't need to go and buy palm sugar or coconut sugar or go and track down specialist sugars or anything. Just white granulated sugar is absolutely fine and is also used in Thailand a lot anyway. So white sugar is good, it's fine. And the other things you can also use would be caster sugar, because if you're making a dressing or something with dissolving the sugar into the lime juice to balance those flavours, the caster sugar is going to dissolve a little bit more easily. The other one I like is a light brown demerara sugar. Never use dark brown, treacly dark brown sugar, because it's just totally wrong and won't work. But a light brown sort of a demerara sugar works really well. One of my favourite dishes I make is a somtam, which is traditionally, of course, the very spicy, sour, hot and sour salad made with green papaya. So first of all, green papaya is quite hard to get for a lot of us. So I substitute courgette instead. I peel the courgette and then I have a julienne peeler, so when you just run it down the courgette, you get this very thin, long strips, which really substitute really well for the long strips of green papaya. Obviously don't use the core of the courgette, so when you're grating it down or using the julienne peeler, you'll come to the bit in the middle of the core. Don't obviously use that. That's actually another ingredient, you see. You don't need the specialist ingredient of green papaya. You can use courgettes. But the dressing that I make to go on it, the spicy, hot, sour dressing, it's for a big portion, 2 or 3 people. I'd have 2 tablespoons of a light brown demerara natural sugar. 2 tablespoons sounds like a lot. A tablespoon is 3 teaspoons, so it's not that much sugar between 3 people. Anyway, and what it is, put that into a little saucepan with maybe 4 or 5 tablespoons of water. Stir it together, bring it to the boil quite slowly, and then when it's just simmering, just stir it for a few seconds, 30 seconds or so the sugar's dissolved completely, and then take it off the heat and allow it to cool. And then you can use that sugar syrup, so the sugar's completely dissolved and at one with the water, in the dressing, which I would just put in a pestle and mortar. I always forget, it's in the mortar, isn't it? A couple of bird's eye chilies, a small or half a clove of garlic, it's going to be raw, and then pound it up so it's sort of in small pieces, because you're eating it raw but not a complete pulp. Add the cooled sugar syrup, add a tablespoon of fish sauce, add lots of lime juice. I like mine really quite sour, so I would add a whole really juicy lime. Remember to roll it out to make it really juicy, and then taste and see what you might like to start balancing those flavours for the dressing. And that is a really great dressing. I'm going to put a link down below anyway to my, I call it sort of somtam, because it's not a completely traditional somtam, because it, well, for a start, doesn't use green papaya. So that's kind of the sugar bit. I also, every now and then, someone will sort of say to me, like, isn't Thai food full of sugar? And, well, no, to be honest, because if you're making your food from scratch and you know exactly what's going in it, and I think the recommended amount of sugar is 5 or 6 teaspoons a day, maximum for women at least, I think. I'll check that out as well, just in case I need to update this in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 teaspoons. So if I have 2 cups of coffee, that's 2 teaspoons. If I have half a teaspoon sugar usually, perhaps, in a stir-fry salad at lunch, that's 2½. So probably another 2 teaspoons if I had a somtam, which obviously you're not going to make that dressing and have it every single night. So you're still within the allowance. And because you're making everything yourself, you know exactly how much sugar is going in. There's none other hidden sugars, and not knowing what's going into any processed or even restaurant food, to be honest. So this is day 6. Day 6 is sugar, and it's the third of the 4 key flavours that we balance to create the taste that you want. So we've done the salty, we've done the sour, and we've done the sweet, and day 7 will of course then be all about the spicy. If you want any more recipes, or you want to come and sign up so that I can send you a weekly-ish, not every week, generally most weeks, weekly-ish email with new recipe ideas, foodie stories, all sorts of good things, then just come over to rachelredlaw.com and have a browse around the recipe section, or sign up so that I can send you my email newsletter. And that's it for today. I will see you for day 7 next time.